bring all of our energies together now. So if everyone just closes down their eyes, and you can place your hands in your lap or on your thighs, and just take in a big, deep breath in through your nose. And slowly exhale out through your nose. Take in another big, deep breath in through your nose. Hold the breath at the top. And slowly exhaling out. Maybe this is the first couple of deep breaths you've actually taken today. So take in another big, deep breath. Feel your belly. And slowly exhaling out. I invite you now to let go of any thoughts and fully allow yourself to just be here in this beautiful present moment, the only moment we actually have. If thoughts pop up, just let them go and return back to your breath. Relax your entire body. Relax your shoulders. Relax your forehead. Relax your entire body. Know that where you are right now, sitting in this seat right here, is absolutely where you're supposed to be. For some divine reason, the universe has led you to this seat because you need to hear whatever it is that you hear tonight. So I invite you to open that big, beautiful, gorgeous heart of yours. Open your mind. And fully allow yourself to be where you are. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. There is nothing that you need to fix, change, or improve about where you're at right now in your life, in business, in your relationships. You are totally where you're supposed to be. And you are perfect, whole, and complete just as you are. Even if your mean girl tells you otherwise. Let go of your thoughts and return to your breath. Be mindful of the dialogue, but just let it go. Now placing both of your hands over your heart, I just want you to feel that warmth behind your heart space for a moment. Feel that beautiful warmth in there. Now I invite you to gently turn up the corners of your mouth and give yourself a juicy little smile. Just say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And if you would like to set a little intention for this evening, go ahead and do that now. And when you're ready, you can gently crack open your eyes. Beautiful. So gorgeous. The energy in here is really beautiful. So lovely. So I always like to start these evenings with a couple of questions. So everyone raise their hand high in the sky, their right hand, really high. Everyone raise it up high, 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 high. Leave your hand up if on some days you feel really flat and lack of energy. Okay, yeah, everybody. Okay, leave your hand up if some days you feel quite unmotivated. Yep, everybody. Okay, leave your hand up if you would like to feel fabulously healthy and buzzing with energy most days. Yep, okay, awesome, brilliant. Okay, you put your hand down. Well, you guys are in the right place because tonight we're talking all about how to feel fabulously healthy and buzzing with energy every single day. And this is, and I want to give you three ways that you can do that. But this is something that I had to learn and not something that came innate within me. I had chronic fatigue for many, many years and depression and a whole host of health issues. So for me, feeling fabulously healthy was a dream. It was so far-fetched that I didn't actually feel like it was possible. And recently I went on a little 3-day retreat, and there was this girl there who I obviously triggered a lot. And she sat down next to me at breakfast one day and she said, "So you're like a motivational speaker or something?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, you could say that, yeah. And she's like, "So do you like jump out of bed every morning?" And that comment really took me by surprise. And the old me would have gone, "Oh no, no, not all the time, no." But I stopped and I took a breath and I was like, I'm gonna answer this question really truthfully. And I said, yes, most days I jump out of bed in the morning so excited to start the day. And that was my truth, and that is my truth. And when I went back to my room, I reflected on this girl and her comment. And I thought, why in that moment was I gonna shrink and let my mean girl make me shrink when my truth is to tell her what is actually my truth? And it was just a funny little interaction. But feeling like that and jumping out of bed each morning is not something that has always been like that for me. Coming from having chronic fatigue, it's something that was so far-fetched and I never actually dreamed would be possible. And of course, there are days when I don't feel totally motivated, but those days are few and far in between now. And I want to give you the tools tonight, to help you feel like that every single day. And it's not about being blind to when you are feeling low in energy. When you do feel like that, it's about honoring your body and honoring your temple and saying, I'm gonna take it a little bit slower today. But most of the time, that is how I get out of bed. I'm so excited. Not only am I so excited to go and start my day, but I'm excited for the possibilities. And that hasn't always been the case for me. Does anyone in here feel like that when they get up in the morning?
Motivated.
Yeah, like a couple of people. Who would like to feel like that? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So before I dive in, I just want to hear a couple of things. This is really interactive, by the way, for those of you who are first time to the Goddess group, really interactive. So a couple of reasons why you don't feel like that. Why you don't jump out of bed bursting with energy?
I had a pretty big long weekend.
Yep. So tired. Yep.
Yeah, so that's just contributed to general tiredness.
Yep. Who else? What about you?
I was going to say tiredness as well.
Yep. What about you?
Same, tired.
Yep. What about Jane?
I would say tiredness. I generally get up at like 5 a.m. in the morning, so I struggle to be happy at that time of morning.
Yep. Who else?
It's just about not being in the moment when you wake up, so you're kind of already running through the day.
Yes, future tripping. Yep. Okay, that's a really good one. Yeah, and we're going to come back to that. What about you, gorgeous?
I would say some other things. It's kind of like it's a bit overwhelming thinking about what's going on the day ahead.
Yes.
It's sort of stresses in life and it's
Yep. So the best way to combat those two things, which is where you're future tripping and it's stopping you from actually being in the present moment and allowing you to feel joy for just being alive and being able to wake up and open your eyes, we've got to come back to actually starting our day with a proper morning practice. So who has some sort of morning routine? Who would like to create a morning routine? Who has thought about it and they're like, it's just too much hard work? Yeah, a few people. So I personally have found that starting my day with a little morning routine has allowed me to really boost my energy and have a successful day. The days when I don't do it, shit hits the fan. Life just tends to be a lot more difficult and your day doesn't flow as effortlessly as it could. And when I was kind of doing some research on this topic, some of the most successful people in the world, you know, Tony Robbins and Oprah and Ellen and all of these spiritual gurus, all talk about having a morning routine and setting yourself up for success. That is what a morning routine does. And I'm not saying that you have to spend an hour and a half on yourself. Whatever time you can manage to set yourself up for the day is perfect. So who has an hour in the morning? Great. Who has more than an hour? Great. Hour and a half? Great. Your morning routine is going to be amazing. So who has half an hour? Okay. 20 minutes? Who has less than 20 minutes? Depends on the day. Good question. Good comment. Does anyone else have less than 20 minutes? Okay, cool. So think about for a moment, how long would you actually like to commit to yourself for that morning period? Think about a number and I want you to write it down. Maybe it's an hour, maybe it's an hour and a half, maybe it's only 20 minutes, but just write down at the top of your page. If you don't have a pen and paper, you can type it into your phone. Just take a moment now and work out how long you would be happy to commit to yourself for the morning. Half an hour, 20 minutes, 5 minutes. What feels good for you? What's yours? Half an hour, perfect. What about you?
40 minutes.
40 minutes, what about you?
Half an hour.
Half an hour, what about you?
Half an hour weekdays, but not on weekends.
Yep, perfect. What about you?
Half an hour.
Half an hour, what about you?
All right, 30 to 40 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes, what about you?
And 30 minutes.
30 minutes, what about you?
1 hour.
1 hour, what about you?
About an hour.
Awesome. Okay, so you all have this number in front of you and you've just committed to giving yourself that time. So there are a gazillion things that you could do in that block of time that are going to make you feel energized and well and in flow and beautiful and sexy, whatever you want to feel. Journaling, gratitude, yoga, Pilates, singing, walking, swimming. There are so many things that you can put in that time. So I want you guys to write down now what you would like to add into your time slot. So you've got half an hour, put in what you would like to add into that slot. Because if you don't do this now, you're never going to do it. Yes, course.
Does it have to be in the morning necessarily?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Is because starting your day with this sort of tone sets you up for a successful day. It sets the tone for the entire day. If you start your day and your first thought is, oh shit, or something like that, that's generally how your day is going to unfold. But if you start your day by honoring yourself, and that's basically what you're doing, by creating this little time for you, you are saying, I love myself so much, I honor myself so much that I'm going to take this time for me.